today's video, we will discuss Rangers create a great story as an excellent ace is handed a second Ibrox chance under Philippe Clement. Lawrence Shankland wants to join Rangers from what I hear, says a pundit. Philippe Clement's frank transfer admission will set alarm bells ringing at Rangers. A pundit delivers a fiery blast at a Rangers star over a transfer exit, demanding an apology for a swipe at an Ibrox ace. John Bennett is torn to shreds over a £10.5 million black hole at Rangers. Before I spill the beans, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and stick around until the end so you don't miss any of the nitty-gritty details. So, here's a feel-good story for you, straight from Ibrox. Liam Kelly, one of our former academy lads, has made his way back to Rangers this summer. Derek Ferguson's pretty chuffed about it, calling it a great story. Kelly, who's now 28, rejoined us on a free transfer from Motherwell. Can you believe he never got a chance to play for our first team before he left 6 years ago? Kelly himself couldn't turn down the chance to come back. He admitted he never thought he'd get the opportunity to return to where it all began for him. Ferguson's thrilled to see him back, especially after Kelly's excellent form at Fir Park. He even likened Kelly's return to his own former teammate Dave McPherson, who also got a second shot at Rangers after a stint at Hearts. "It's a great story," Ferguson said in an exclusive chat with Ibrox News. "I played with a big boy called Dave McPherson. I left Rangers and went to Hearts, and so did he. And he got the opportunity to go back and play. A lot of the time when you leave the club, you don't think that opportunity's going to come up. So for Big Davey, that was unbelievable. And that was under Walter Smith. So for Liam Kelly to get that opportunity, it's brilliant because you look at how it was the goalie, Andy Gorham. It was Alan McGregor he played under. These guys were top players. Ferguson's got a lot of respect for Kelly, especially considering his journey. Kelly went down to England to play for QPR and then returned to Scotland to shine at Motherwell. We all know he's not going to be the main man in goal as long as Jack Butland's fit, but having Kelly as a solid backup is a no-brainer. Kelly's signing has given Philippe Clement a reliable performer to fill the number 2 role after Robbie McCrory made it clear he wanted out. Now McCrory's off to Kilmarnock, and Kelly's return shows that if you build a strong career elsewhere, there's always a chance you can come back to Ibrox. Here's to Liam Kelly's second chance with Rangers. It's a cracking story, and we're all hoping he continues to impress. There's some juicy talk going around about Lawrence Shankland wanting to join Rangers. Frank McAvennie, that former Celtic bloke, reckons we should go all out to get him before the transfer deadline. But here's the kicker. He's questioning our transfer plans because, according to him, we're skint. Philippe Clement's been pretty upfront about needing to sell players to fund any new signings this summer. It's not exactly making things easy for us, especially with big deals like Shankland's. The lad's available at a bit of a discount since he's in the final year of his contract with Hearts, but even that's apparently too rich for our blood. Now there's some chatter about us possibly going for a younger, cheaper option like Lennon Miller, but McAvennie thinks that's not the way to go. He's all about getting Shankland for his experience and goal-scoring prowess. "They've not got the money," McAvennie told Football Insider. "They're talking about Shankland, and they've not got the money for him. If they've not got the money for Shankland, then they've not got the money for the young boy, I wouldn't imagine." His advice? Rangers absolutely must go all out for Shankland, pay what it takes, because he'll score goals. And from what he's hearing, Shankland's keen to join us as well. Looking now at the team, where are the goals going to come from, he asks. "We're in a bit of a pickle with the finances, but if we can scrape together the cash, Shankland might just be the man to boost our attack. Let's hope the club can work some magic and bring him in." Here's the latest bit of news that might make you raise an eyebrow or two. Philippe Clement's been quite candid about his current squad, and it's not exactly what we wanted to hear. After our boys opened the new Scottish Premiership season with a rather dull 0-0 draw against Hearts at Tynecastle, Clement had a few things to say about the strength of our team. According to the Rangers review on the 3rd of August, Clement admitted, "I believe the club and the squad will become better. Is it now at the moment? No, it's probably not better than at the end of the last season, but we are working to make that better." Not exactly music to our ears, right? With 26 days left in the transfer window, there's still time for some wheeling and dealing. But his comments aren't exactly filling us with confidence. So far, it's been a revolving door at Ibrox this summer. 9 in, 9 out. The rebuild is still in full swing, but it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Connor Barron and Václav Cerny made their debuts at Tynecastle, with re-signings Mohamed Diamande and Oscar Cortez both starting. Liam Kelly and Jefte warmed the bench. But Clinton Nziala, Hamza Igamene, and the latest addition Robin Proper didn't even feature. Makes you wonder if they're ready for the long haul, doesn't it? And let's not forget, we've lost some serious experience with John Lundstrom, Ryan Jack, Borna Barisic, and Connor Goldson all leaving the club. It's left us all a bit worried about whether Clement's got enough grit and determination in the squad. We absolutely need, and will get, more signings before the deadline on the 30th of August. The big question is, will they be good enough to give us a real shot at beating Celtic to the title this season? BBC pundit Michael Stewart's got himself in hot water after a fiery blast about Todd Cantwell's ongoing absence from the Rangers squad. It all kicked off before our Premiership opener against Hearts at Tynecastle. Now, Todd Cantwell, our former Norwich City playmaker, has been training with the B team after handing in not one, but 2 transfer requests last month. Rumor has it, Cardiff City from the English Championship is sniffing around, even though Philippe Clement said the door's still open for him to stay at Ibrox. Stewart didn't hold back on his opinion during the pre-match chat. He said, "I think it's dependent on the actual character. If he's regarded as a good lad and a strong member of the team, then personally I would be hoping he can be persuaded to stay. But if he's a bit of a prat and you don't really like him, maybe you're thinking you don't want him in the changing room and you'd rather he left." It's impossible to know what the atmosphere is like in the Rangers changing room with Todd Cantwell. Whether he's a good lad and the heartbeat of the team or not, or whether they think they'd be happy for him to leave. That's personally how I would look at it. If he's a good guy, you want him to stay, he has said. If not, you'd be disappointed that a bit of quality is leaving, but there's a bigger picture as well. If he's a bit of a P-word and you don't really like him, maybe you're thinking to yourself that you don't want him in the changing room and you'd rather he left. Those remarks didn't go down too well, and Sportsound presenter Kenny McIntyre had to issue an apology at halftime. He said, "You're listening to Sportsound on the opening weekend of the league season, goalless at Tynecastle. We want to apologize for any offense caused by language in the pre-match chat before kickoff. Cantwell's future is still up in the air and it's causing quite the stir. Let's see if he stays or heads down south, but one thing's for sure. It's never a dull moment with Rangers." There's quite a bit of noise about our chairman, John Bennett, and it's not the good kind. Gary Keown's gone and torn him to shreds over this unsustainable £10.5 million black hole in our finances. Bennett's been catching flack recently, especially with the construction works at Ibrox forcing our opening home games to be played at Hampden Park. Not exactly ideal, right? In a rare interview, Bennett threw out the phrase, "Nature abhors a vacuum," which has left us fans and Keown fearing the worst. Keown didn't hold back in the Scottish Mail on Sunday. He said, "Bennett once felt like he could be a voice of reason at Rangers, but those days are over." In May 2021, he was on record as saying Rangers could be self-sustainable within 18 months. Now, he's saying the way they work, with a £10.5 million black hole, is totally unstable. The whole situation around our home ground at the start of the season has been a total mess. Moving into a new campaign without Ibrox ready and having to settle for Hampden as the best of a bad situation just adds to the negativity, and with Bennett admitting there's a £10.5 million shortfall in the finances, it's hardly a surprise that fans are feeling uneasy. Keown's not impressed with Bennett at all. He thinks the chairman's contradicted himself over the years, going from talking about being self-sustainable to now saying it's unsustainable. This is pretty dangerous for a club that's already been through the financial ringer in recent years. Keown even suggested Bennett needs help to write his scripts when addressing us fans moving forward. Ouch. So, there you have it. The financial turmoil continues, and the criticism isn't letting up. Let's hope Bennett and the board can sort this mess out and get us back on track. Here's to better days ahead for Rangers.